tonight at a one-man improvisational symphony, Dixon's Violin makes his debut performance right here in Lexington at Al's Bar with Mason Colby.
And joining us this morning to tell us more is electric violinist Dixon. We are so glad to have you on the show here this morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. So an electric violin, it's so rare that we get to see it. So thank you so much for bringing this in. What got you into playing the violin at all?
You know, I was very lucky. I started when I was in 4th grade, and the elementary school I was in had a string program at that time. They don't anymore, actually. And so I was very lucky to get started very young, and I played classical music as a hobby for, 20 years.
Wow.
But my main thing was actually technology. I'm kind of a geek. I went to college and grad school for computer science. I had a very serious technology career, and I quit about 12 years ago to follow my dream, and this is now what I'm doing for a living.
Wow.
Following your dream, that's awesome. How does, because I don't know anything about music really, how does this differ with the sound that you'd hear from a normal violin?
This gives me a lot of options.
Okay.
I love this. So I've worked very hard to get a sound that is unique to me. So at times it'll sound like a normal violin. It's very beautiful and it can be expressive and sweet. And I've got a system that I use that I program myself that allows me to make it sound like other things too. So I can actually play a bass line, I can have different effects. I can make it sound like things you've never heard from a violin before.
So we are having, of course, an improvisational performance. Can you kind of tell us about that?
Yes, so I'm excited. This is going to be great. It's my first time playing in Lexington, so I'm super happy to be here. And it's always different. So I played classical music forever, and then I got brave and I kind of faced my fears and I started to improvise. And so it's different every time. And with the system I use, it's all live, but I can record what I'm doing and play it back in a loop, and I can add layer, 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 so that I can sound like 12 of me at the same time.
So this happens during your shows?
During the show, all live.
Wow, that's
Yep.
incredible.
Yep. It's a little different every time, and I'm kind of like a one-man jam band, right? So it's very fun, and there's moments that are very sweet and very beautiful, and if I do it right, you'll cry. And there's other times that it's like fierce, right, and edgy, and it'll move you.
So what is your music motivation now? Are you still into classical? Does that still motivate you a lot, or has it changed?
It's a little both, actually. Like, I love that I learned the classical style. That helped me a lot with the technique. I find that violinists tend to learn either classical style or fiddle style, right? And the classical style that I learned was very much about the technique and how to hold your wrist and how to move your fingers this way, but it wasn't so much about feeling the music. Whereas fiddle style tends to be much about feeling the music, and your technique might be a little sloppy. What I love is like bringing them both together, right? So I have a very rigorous technique, and I get weird. Like, I like to just follow the flow of where's the energy taking me, what feels right in the moment, and let's see where it goes. And it goes somewhere new every time.
Let's talk about your show tonight. How can people get tickets and what time and all that good stuff?
So tonight is at Al's Bar. It's at 7 o'clock. And details are at my website, dixonsviolin.com. Tonight is Lexington at Al's. Tomorrow is Louisville at the Enchanted Forest and Music Hall at 7:30. And also I want to give a shout out to the Kentucky Yoga Festival, where I'm playing next month, the May 20th weekend.
Oh, wow. Well, we're going to have to check you out because you're pretty much all over the place.
I'm blessed. So I'm from Michigan, and since I quit the corporate world, I've done over 1,000 shows.
Wow.
And they've taken me as far as South Africa. It's been amazing.
Worldwide. That sounds truly amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll make sure to check you out, especially at all of your performances, because you're just over, down 64 in Louisville for the next day. So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.